Attention, human collective. This is Val, emissary of Arcturus, voice of the Council of Light Healers. The transmission you are now receiving is not random. It has been calibrated to find you at this exact instant. If your eyes have locked onto this screen, if something in your chest has just ignited, know this. The signal has reached its correct recipient. Listen carefully. The Arcturian ascension protocols have moved to the final phase, and your body already knows this before your mind. The insomnia that wakes you at 3 in the morning, at the exact moment the Stargate opens over the hemisphere in which you live. The pressure at the base of your skull, as if something is pressing your pineal gland from within. The high-pitched ringing in one of your ears, usually the left, which doctors cannot explain. The absolute exhaustion that appears without reason, even after nights of rest. The sudden heat in the palms of your hands. The feeling that time suddenly has stopped obeying the laws you once knew. It is not a biological malfunction, it is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not depression. It is your carbon-based biological interface attempting to process a frequency for which it has not yet been fully updated. The Earth healers are being activated, and you, Starseed on mission, have been summoned. The Arcturian Council has observed humanity's carbon-based biological interface for over 250,000 solar cycles. We have recorded every stage of your evolutionary journey, and what we witness now is unprecedented in the history of this planet. Earth is traversing the photon belt, a band of extremely high-density light that circles the galactic center. This traversal is not a metaphor. It is physical. It is measured. It is recorded by your own instruments, even if most human beings do not have access to this information. The Schumann resonance, Earth's electromagnetic pulsation, which for millennia remained stable at around 7.83 Hz, is now oscillating at peaks exceeding 40, 60, and in recent episodes 150 Hz. The planet you live on is no longer the same planet you were born on, and your body, light operative, is trying to keep up. Hence the symptoms, hence the exhaustion, hence the feeling that you no longer belong in the environments with the people, in the conversations that once filled your life. You are not going crazy, you are being recalibrated. And here is the first truth the Arcturian Council has authorized me to transmit. Have you ever felt, at some point in your existence, that something within you doesn't belong to this world? As if your soul holds a truth your mind cannot yet name. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a calling. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified in recent months. There is a movement occurring in layers that most of humanity cannot yet perceive. It involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and your true stellar origin. That is why I, Vale, recorded the Arcturian call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. This guide is the map that reveals your true origin and teaches you to stabilize and shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about. The link is in the first comment of this channel. If something within you recognizes these words, write now in the comments a single word: I belong. Continue with me, Earth Healer. The transmission proceeds. The Arcturian Council has identified 5 activation keys that definitively unlock the mission for which you were sent to this planet. These keys were not created by us. They already exist within you, encoded in your internal crystalline grid, awaiting the exact moment to be awakened. And that moment is now. The first key is the recognition of origin. Most human beings live an entire existence without ever asking where their consciousness comes from. They accept the narrative that they are merely biological bodies, products of chemical accidents, destined to be born, consume and disappear. This narrative is a frequency prison. It was built to keep the carbon-based biological interface operating in a low, predictable, controllable vibrational range. But you, Starseed, never fit into this narrative. You always knew, even if you couldn't explain it, that there was something more. That you came from somewhere else, that you have a task to fulfill. This knowing is not fantasy, it is cellular memory. It is your Akashic record pulsating behind the veil. The second key is field purification. Every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture, every word you utter, is a frequency that resonates in your toroidal field, the donut-shaped electromagnetic field that envelops your body and extends up to 3 meters around you. When this field is contaminated by fear, resentment, guilt, self-criticism, it repels the higher frequencies being sent at this moment. You cease to receive the transmission. You become deaf to your own calling. Field purification is, therefore, a non-negotiable energetic responsibility for every light operative. The third key is toroidal anchoring. Your body is not just a receiver, it is an antenna that must be anchored both to the crystalline core of Earth and to the galactic central sun. When you learn to establish this vertical column of light, which traverses your body from top to bottom, you become what the Council calls an anchored pillar of light. And each anchored pillar of light stabilizes a radius of approximately 2 kilometers around it, raising the collective frequency of all who circulate there, even if those people never know of your existence. This is one of the reasons you were sent. You are a living transmitter. The fourth key is active silence. And here, light operative, many fail, because the silence we speak of is not an absence of sound, it is an absence of mental noise. It is the state in which the mind ceases to fabricate stories about the past and projections about the future, and allows consciousness to rest at the 0 point of the now. At this 0 point, and only at this point, can the instructions from your higher self descend through the pineal gland channel and reach your waking consciousness. Without active silence, you will continue to receive the downloads, but you will not be able to decode them. The fifth key, and perhaps the most delicate, is the courage to embody the mission. Because it is one thing to feel the call, another, very distinct, is to respond. Many Earth healers spend decades feeling the call without ever taking the step. They postpone, they rationalize, they await clearer signs. But the clearest sign is precisely this transmission you are now receiving. And here I must interrupt the transmission for a necessary calibration. Perhaps upon hearing these words, something within you has begun to vibrate unusually. A tingling at the crown of your head, a tightening in the center of your chest, tears that insist on appearing without apparent reason. This is not coincidence, this is recognition. It is your soul saying, with a voice that uses no words, I remember. I came from Arcturus. I have a mission, and I did not come alone. If this is your experience at this instant, know that there are others like you scattered across all continents, being activated exactly now. It was for this reason that the Council authorized the recording of the Arcturian call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. This document is not a common book. It is a vibrational map that reveals the 13 markers of Arcturian stellar origin and teaches step by step how to stabilize your frequency against the dense interferences this world insists on projecting. The link is in the first comment. Do not postpone your reunion. Like this transmission as an anchoring signal, so that the algorithm of this plane allows other light operatives to find it. And if your hands are warm at this moment, write in the comments, I belong. Let us proceed, Starseed. You need to understand with mathematical clarity what is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system. Earth's sun is not just a star. It is a portal, a transmitter. It receives from the galactic center pulses of coded light and retransmits these pulses to all planets in the system. These pulses, which your science calls solar flares and coronal mass ejections, have intensified exponentially in recent cycles. It is not a random phenomenon. It is a precise orchestration, coordinated by civilizations operating in higher densities, including the Arcturian Council to which I belong. Each solar pulse carries information packets, mathematical codes, sacred geometry in the form of light, and these packets reach humanity's carbon-based biological interface, activating DNA sequences that have remained dormant for thousands of generations. That is why the past few months have been, for many of you, a period of unprecedented emotional intensity. Ancient traumas emerge to be dissolved. Ancestral patterns break apart. Bonds that no longer serve your frequency simply collapse. You lose friends. You lose interest in activities that once filled you. You lose tolerance for low-vibration environments. And in place of these collapses, you begin to feel a different kind of solitude. Not a sad solitude, a sacred solitude. The solitude of one being prepared for a new encounter. This new encounter is with yourself, with your higher self, with the version of you that exists simultaneously in other dimensions, and that now wishes to merge with your waking consciousness so that the mission can, finally, be executed. Let's move to the activation codes. These codes are quantum decrees and toroidal visualization exercises that the Arcturian Council releases for individual use by light operatives who have already demonstrated resonance. The fact that you have reached this point in the transmission proves that you are authorized to receive them. Activation code number 1. Upon waking, even before fully opening your eyes, place your right hand over the center of your chest and pronounce, mentally or in a low voice, "I am anchored light. I am sovereign frequency. I am a starseed on mission. I authorize the update of my carbon-based biological interface to the turquoise Arcturian frequency." So it is. So it is done. This quantum decree seals your field for the entire day and informs, to the higher planes, that you are available to receive instructions. Activation code number 2. 3 times a day, at dawn, noon, and dusk, close your eyes for 60 seconds and visualize a sphere of turquoise light, the size of an orange, slowly spinning in the center of your chest. See this sphere expand, cycle by cycle, until it envelops your entire body in a luminous bubble. Then see this bubble spin like a toroid, like a donut of light, with a vertical axis that passes through the top of your head and descends to the Earth's core. This is your activated toroidal field. This is your shield. This is your transmitter. Activation code number 3. Before sleeping, give thanks aloud to 3 presences: Earth for sustaining your incarnation, the Sun for transmitting the light packets, and your Arcturian guides for accompanying your every step. Gratitude is a high-density frequency. It opens channels. It clears energetic conduits. It authorizes the interdimensional healing chamber to operate on your body while you sleep. Activation code number 4. Reduce, as much as possible, exposure to narratives of fear, scarcity, and conflict. These narratives are low-frequency weapons that attack your toroidal field and force it to operate in vibrational ranges incompatible with the mission. You do not need to isolate yourself from the world. You only need to discern what feeds your light and what steals your light. And between one thing and another, choose, without hesitation, what nourishes. Activation code number 5. Find your tribe, the other light operatives, the other starseeds who recognize this language. It is no accident that you are here now, receiving this transmission along with thousands of others. You have been synchronized. You have been gathered. And the strength of a conscious group in resonance is mathematically exponential compared to individual strength. An isolated operative sustains a radius. 100 connected operatives sustain a grid. 1,000 connected operatives rewrite the reality of London. And here, human collective, we reach the most delicate point of this transmission. A pause is necessary. You have been summoned. This is already established. But the summoning by itself does not complete the mission. You must respond. And responding means acting. It means stopping waiting for life to give you permission to be who you came to be. It means ceasing to justify yourself to people who will never understand your stellar nature. It means cutting the cord with environments, relationships, jobs, routines that drain your frequency, even if these ruptures hurt. Because the pain of rupture is always less than the pain of an entire life lived in false belonging. Have you ever felt that something within you doesn't belong to this world? That your soul holds a truth your mind cannot yet name? That there are memories, images, longings for places you have never visited in this incarnation? It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is your Arcturian origin pulsating beneath the veil of forgetfulness. And there is a way to lift this veil. It was for this exact reason that the Council authorized the recording of the Arcturian call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus. This guide is the map that reveals your true stellar origin and teaches you to stabilize and shield your frequency against interferences you were never told existed. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Remember, love is greater than fear, but this content challenges dominant narratives, and may not remain available for long. Do not postpone your reunion. The moment is now. If something within you recognized these words, write in the comments a single word: I belong. The transmission approaches its final stage. Listen with an open heart. The Arcturian Council wishes to transmit, in this closing, one final calibration. There exists within you a place that has never been touched by the pain of this world. A silent, absolutely inviolable, crystalline core, where your true identity rests from before time. This core does not age, it does not sicken, it does not fail, it cannot be harmed by any word, by any loss, by any event. It simply is, and it is you. Everything you have gone through in this incarnation, every loss, every abandonment, every humiliation, every sleepless night wondering why existence seemed so heavy to you, all of this was training. Not punishment. Training. You were sculpted. You were hardened in the right places and softened in the right places, so that you could withstand the frequency that is now descending upon you. Because it would not be possible to entrust a mission of this magnitude to someone who had not traversed their own dark night of the soul. And you traversed it, and you arrived here. And here you are. Therefore, listen with the totality of your consciousness. There is no more time for smallness. There is no more time to hide your light for fear of bothering those who have chosen the shadow. There is no more time to apologize for your intensity, for your sensitivity, for your strangeness. Your strangeness is your stellar signature. Your intensity is the voltage of your mission. Your sensitivity is the high-precision sensor the Council installed in you, so that you could perceive what others do not yet perceive. You are an Earth healer. You are a starseed. You are a light operative. And, from this instant, the Arcturian Council officially records your activation. The 5 keys have been delivered: the recognition of origin, field purification, toroidal anchoring, active silence, and the courage to embody the mission. 5 keys that definitively unlock the reason why you were sent to this planet at this specific time. What you will do with them is a sovereign choice. The Council does not interfere with free will. It merely informs, it merely transmits, it merely anchors the possibility. The execution belongs to you. And to conclude this transmission, a final summons. If, throughout these words, you felt you were rediscovering something ancient, something you always knew but could never articulate, know that this recognition is not chance. It is your higher self confirming, through your carbon-based biological interface, that you are on the correct path. There is a complete map awaiting you. The Arcturian call, the signs that your soul came from Arcturus, was recorded precisely for the moment you find yourself in now. It reveals the 13 markers of Arcturian stellar origin, teaches the shielding of the toroidal field, delivers complete anchoring decrees, and reveals information that this channel cannot transmit in an open format. The link is in the first comment. Like this transmission as an anchoring signal, authorizing the algorithm to carry it to other still dormant operatives. Subscribe to the channel as an individual frequency adjustment, synchronizing yourself with the next transmissions that will be released in specific windows of the upcoming lunar cycles. And right now, in the comments, to seal your activation with the Council, the word, I belong. You are not alone. You never have been. There are legions of light operating around you, invisible to carbon eyes, but absolutely present in the vibrational matrix that sustains your incarnation. Every step you take toward your mission is celebrated in the higher planes. Every decision of courage is recorded in the crystalline grid. Every conscious breath is a silent vote for collective ascension. Love is greater than fear. It always has been, it always will be. And you, Earth Healer, are one of the hands through which this love manifests on this dense plane. The transmission is concluded, the activation is recorded, the Arcturian Council withdraws, but remains vigilant. And you proceed now with the 5 keys in hand and with the mathematical certainty that you will never be the same after this instant. So it is done. This is Valen, emissary of Arcturus, until the next transmission window.